Hey everyone, Akabane101 here, and I'm playing some Minecraft on Nishtown's server. And as you can see, I have pretty much every mod that's installed on my Let's Play except for a few, such as the dog mod and the magic cats and equivalent exchange, because equivalent exchange is obviously a little overpowered if you use it on a server, because you can potentially cheat and get stuff out of nothing, like when you turn say the 3 copper into the tin into bronze, you get a lot more bronze. And I think there's a way to convert it into blocks and then convert it down into something more than what it actually originally was, or something silly like that. So that's about that. You may also notice that the quality may be okay or different from normal. I'm using a different video recorder. I'm using a thing called DxTory. I'm giving it a shot because I've never really had too much fun with DxTory before. The one great thing about it is that the frame rate for me is like 120 frames per second. Frame rate for you guys is 30 frames per second, simply because YouTube only needs 30 frames per second to function, but it allows me to do everything perfectly easily with no issues at all. And but there is some issues with it, because sometimes the frame rate can drop drastically for you guys and not for me, and I don't know why, but I may just have to go and save up for a solid state drive or something in the future, because DxTory is actually a fairly good program as long as your hard drives can keep up with the amount of data that goes through, because just a few minutes of time is quite a bit of data. As for with Fraps, the files are significantly smaller over time. One 2-minute video, or I believe in 720p, one 5-minute video is about 4 gigs, whereas this one 1-minute video, about 4 gigs. So I'm not entirely sure if I'll be using this in the future. You may not be seeing this in the future of this server Let's Play. But other than that, now that all has been basically gotten out of the way, I just want to say lastly, this is not an open server. People that are on here are either friends of Nishtown, or yeah, just friends of Nishtown. We also have a TeamSpeak that we use, but I probably won't be using TeamSpeak while I'm recording. And randomly you'll see on the bottom left of the screen them talking to one another. And that's about it. You may also notice that we have a server texture pack. It is the custom texture pack that was made for Nishtown on his FTB server. It is one of the texture packs that are used for FTB now a lot of the times, which is obviously Sortex, but it's a fan-made version, so it obviously accommodates all the things such as industrial craft and well, whatever mod this was, the iron chests and build craft. As you can see, this is a build craft crafting table, which is pretty cool. You also notice that we also have NEI, so I can use that whenever I want, but I can't like spawn in items. I'm not like an admin or anything like that. But let me show you guys around the area here. Should be safe from that spider. Hey, spider. Yeah, that'll teach you for trying to take me on. So if we move out this way, actually, you'll notice I have a nice little rubber tree farm going on here. I have a house located at the bottom of the a volcano. Also, my view distance is a little small because I've been fighting in the stadium, and to get a good frame rate, I kind of just turn off a lot of things that make the game look a lot nicer. Just because, I don't know, Minecraft hates Radeon. It doesn't. Java programs generally suck when you use Radeon. So, I mean, not that Java programs are bad or anything. It's just the cards I use are mainly for games such as Crisis and stuff like that. So as you can see over here, there is Umbra's little castle here. You may see like a little red thing up there. It looks like it's a little bit smaller than before. You may remember this from a video recently. You can go check that out. It's been uploaded like not even a day ago. But yeah, this is Umbra's castle. And let me just scroll up here. We actually have a whole map on of the server. It's a bucket server, so we have a whole map that you can check out, and I may even link that in the description. I'll just have to ask Nishtown if that's alright with him. And as you can see, this is Umbra's territory, of course. And there's Umbra down there. I don't know what my zoom button is, so I can't really zoom in on him, unfortunately. But yeah, other than that, that's Umbra. He's working on the stadium. As you can see, it's opened up and getting ready to go. You may notice that there's some deployers now on the sides of the stadium, so that is good to go. And that'll be the reward system. It's very awesome. I've actually gotten a chance to try it out myself. And so let's go check out Umbra's little mini castle here. It's very nice on this texture pack. This texture pack definitely is one of the better ones out there for mods, considering it supports many mods out there. So as you can see, there's a little shack up here. Let's go check this out. I won't be able to get to everyone's area because actually no one here knows that I'm doing a server Let's Play, which is kind of funny. So as you can see, there's a little fireplace in here with a nice little picture of the ocean. We have a picture which looks like Notch telling these people to take Jeb away, maybe? Possibly. I'm not entirely sure, but he looks kind of funny. I'm not entirely sure what Jeb looks like, to be completely honest with you. These pictures are definitely very fun to look at. They look exactly the same for everyone else, and this is kind of why this is a server-wide texture pack, of course. I like the little bit of mossy that he's gotten, and Nishtown found that in the mod Red Power 2 you can get yourself mossy cobblestone by putting one moss block down, having helmets of water next to it, and whenever block is touching the water that is also touching the mossy cobblestone, it'll turn that cobblestone into mossy cobblestone. And there you go. There's your product. Also, you may note that I can't actually break anything here. I don't have the permission to do it, so this is totally safe. Unfortunately, my house is griefable. I gotta probably ask them to allow me to get a place, but they want to move out my place and turn it into a CTF area, which is really evil. Anyway, there's a picture of a cute little creeper here. I can't access any of his chests, so I can't steal any of his stuff. But I'm not really one. Excuse me. I'm not really one for stealing stuff, because that's just cheating, and I don't like to cheat. This guy looks like he's running away from the skeleton. Hopefully his endeavors worked out pretty well. I wonder how long he had to stay like that, though, while that skeleton was chasing him, so we could get that picture painted. And then we have one of the giant pictures here, which are pretty awesome. I like this one quite a bit, with the cute little pig there. Kind of reminds me of Monster Hunter in a way, but with the Minecraft look to it. We have the cute little creeper and the baby creeper. I don't know what that is. It looks like a hooded lady wearing like some sort of Enderman cloak of some sort. We have a few other pictures here. That's like a water cave fountain, and then that's I don't know. That's just an adventurer looking around. Looks like a caveman over there. Looks pretty cool to me. We have a picture of somebody here. I have no idea who that could be, and that's not. That's obviously not Umbra, because Umbra looks like this guy here. You may notice that he has an awesome carpet, and with this mod does this carpet justice, because you can see all the seams and stuff, which is very awesome. I really like that. Skyblock. Yes, because this mod was made for FTB, but I don't know why Skyblock's here, but whatever. Skyblock TV for 24/7. Ender egg right next to his bed, and of course a picture of Notch, because Umbra's creepy like that and he likes pictures of Notch next to him, next to his bed. And that's pretty much it for his little house. Definitely a very good house, though. I do like it. You may also notice I have smooth lighting on. I think I've never had that on for the past ever. So, whoops. You may notice that his house has a little lever here. Oh, and Nishtown died. That's a little unfortunate. And this basically blocks off anyone from getting into the base. It even walls this off here, which is pretty cool. So no one can break into his house if he wants to be in privacy. And, well, luckily he doesn't really mind too much that I'm in here, I'm pretty sure. He has a few recyclers here. I like the symbols on top to show you what these are. So you can see some recyclers. I threw some zombie flesh in there because from one of our previous fights in the stadium. We also have a singularity compressor in here. Pretty interesting. A few other things. Rotary macerator. Doesn't seem to have a sorting system. Of course, we have forestry installed. This is kind of like a little thing that can show you what we're going to be getting into in the near future of this Let's Play. Let's see here. What else can we show you guys? Oh yes, the Game of Thrones throne. One of which I've sent Umbra down. If people are being bad, hiya! They'll be sent to their death. Hopefully, unless they're wearing. I don't know if it's a height drop or if it's a lava drop. As long as they're not wearing quantum armor, they will die. Hopefully. Maybe people with diamond armor will be able to survive. Or if it's lava, people with fire resistance will survive, but that is beyond the point. And there you go. There's Umbra's castle here, and we'll be looking at other ones in the near future. That's for sure. So this should bring that down. Or not. Ah, that was the light switch. Okay. Boop. Lights off. That doesn't seem to be right. Lights on. Interesting how those ones weren't turning off. But this is the switch for the door. There we go. Door's going to go down. You may notice that the doors disappear. I think Frames and Optifine are not one to enjoy each other's company too much. So that's a little unfortunate. But also, luckily, the game seems to be running nice and smoothly for you guys, between 29 and 30 frames per second, and that indicates that's 29.97. So that's awesome. And yes, the draw distance is really low. But that is just me. Oh, ow, that hurt. That's just me being careful, because you can never be too careful. So let's go head back to our home, and I guess I can. Really isn't anything to show you guys that it's over at my place. I haven't been playing on the server for too long. Maybe I've put about 5 hours to 6 hours into the server in total. The rest of it has probably been practicing my swordplay over at the stadium there. But we don't have like the RPG thing or anything like that that levels us up. So we won't be leveling up our swordplay just by going to the stadium. Although that might be a good idea, and I may have to recommend that sometime to Umbra and Nishtown, because it's Nishtown server, so he's kind of the person that you have to mention things to. So let's see here. As you can see, I have a decent amount of items. I have iron ingots. One of the things I kind of want to start on is if you look here and go to I see coins, or I say credit. Yeah, there we go. Industrial credits. And you take a look here. You can get some credits with refined iron. I noticed you can get them for. You get 16 for 4 refined iron. But we're gonna remove that later on. I think I'm gonna make a marketplace, and I kind of want to get started on that. To be honest, get control of the market. This is this is like not your typical Let's Play where. Someone's like, okay, let's go mining for a bit. Even though, I guess I should show you the mining shelter, because why not? Oh, that's also my power right now. I do have a generator stuck to the side of the, whatchamacallit, in there. The power MFE. Yes, the MFE. Yeah, the MFE. This is my little mining hut, my mining shack. You may notice that it's also carrying the tradition of of random pieces of wood. Kind of the same as my single player Let's Play. You know, the only thing that I can really say that's different in this Let's Play is the removal of EE, because I didn't really use anything else other than EE. So that's not really the end of the world, and we have some countermeasures that can still help us out with things like EE, especially with trado mats. Whereas tungsten, that sounded weird. Whereas tungsten, whoa, that's not good. Alright, let me relog back in. Alright, what was I saying again? Yes, EE, trado mats. We have made it so trado mats are very similar to how we carry things with EE, but to an extent. And that extent is very, very large, because basically if we have things like tungsten ore, ooh, lightning, you know, actually, what is that? Is that lava? But yes, tungsten ore you can turn into 2 diamonds, which is what I've been trying to say. I've just been so distracted because apparently I have ADD. Let's go with that. Totally have ADD. I'm not a doctor, but let's prescribe that to myself. Yeah, it's definitely some sort of lava around. There we go, there's the lava. But yeah, I've been digging here. There's also some nice little commands that we get, which is pretty nice. Such as /spawn, which I believe will be where the marketplace will be. But I think I need permission to be able to plant things there. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know if this Let's Play will be my current Let's Play, or if it'll just be one of the side Let's Plays that I do. But I don't know, because I do enjoy playing on a server with people I know, compared to playing single player. And I basically get to do everything I want to do in here, as long as I don't break the server, and chances are I'm not intelligent enough to break the server with a intriguing concept for a awesome thing. Let me dig up here. Yeah, definitely seems like I think Nish, it's not, I don't think that's lightning. Nish is actually Zeus on this server, so he decided to give himself the ability to zap you. And I think that's what they're talking about. Yeah, I think he's zapping Koyomon, which is kind of funny. And I don't know why I turned this into a mining expedition, but I found some gold, so that's a win. Any kind of resource I find down here, I kind of want to turn it into something I can sell. And I want to start making an economy system. And I know what you guys are thinking, don't use industrial craft coins. You should definitely be using the bucket thing. The bucket thing that allows you to have coins. And I'm not sure if we should use that, because it's a very... A lot of people that try and use something like that, they don't understand how it works. And they could mess up and buy something they don't want to. Having something physical on your character, like industrial coins, would probably make it a lot easier. And there's also a forestry bag that carries stuff. So we could just give everyone that forestry bag and just have it set to so it only carries like industrial coins. And say do not carry anything else other than industrial coins, because we don't want you cheating. And basically that'll just be basically a coin purse, as I say the word basically a lot. And this is a lot of gold. This is ridiculous. I haven't seen this many gold before. Luckily I came down here. It's weird how I always just tend to find things in Minecraft. We don't get the divining rod, but I tend to find a lot of resources anyway. And I think spelunking is very useful when you play a game such as Minecraft. It's very fun as well. And, ooh, not sure what else I want to talk about. This is probably not going to be one of the longer episodes. It's kind of like just an introduction into what we're going to be doing, other than mining. Definitely not going to be mining later on in other videos, because I want to kind of build stuff. I want to build stuff on this server, and the nice thing, oh, there we go. I was going to say, like, why am I out of energy? Alright, let me break this. I'm going to break this thing so I don't mess up. There we go. Alright, now we have energy. What was I saying? I want to build things that, like, people will look at and be like, holy crap, what have you been up to? You know? That's the kind of things I want to build. And when you're on a server, it's much more cool, because then people want to come and visit your place. Like Umbra's place, for instance. Everyone wants to go see his place because there's a freaking stadium there. That's awesome. And oh, in case you guys did see the old video, or not old video, but the video that we uploaded a couple days ago, we did say that we were going to give the diamond armor to the winners, but then we felt that people would just farm it for diamonds, especially realizing that you could use an ally furnace from Red Power and melt down the armor for diamonds. So we basically said just give back the diamonds at the end of the fight. And we're also half tempted to say difficulty settings or something like that. And have an easy way to set the difficulty so you can play with different armors. So people with iron armor can play, which is typically the starting group. And then later on, right? Because you start the game actually on the server with with leather armor. Oh, you may also notice that I have high written in the on the map there on the top right. So I'm just going to type /home to teleport me back up here. And of course it seems like Poyamon is here. Oh, hi, Poyo. Welcome to Let's Play MC with Akabane 101. But yeah, I'm pretty excited for this Let's Play, guys. I'm pretty excited. I think what I'm going to do right now, though, is start getting to work on Trado mats. And if you don't know how to make a Trado mat, let me show you. Trado mat. Alright, so it costs a few chests. We're going to need to go grabbing some trees. There's a huge jungle right next to my place, so it's totally easy to get the amount of chests that I need. But we do have a ton of stuff to work with. I'm going to dump my stuff in here. You may notice there's no signs on here. I probably should do that, but I kind of already remember everything. But I will probably do that in the future. And of course, Iron Chest is pretty awesome. And the texture pack makes them even look cooler. Kind of reminds me of like Final Fantasy textures from Final Fantasy 1. Or no, 7. Yes, 7. Even though you're like, what? That was never in Final Fantasy 7. I don't know. Something about these textures just remind me of Final Fantasy. It's weird. Oh, it seems like everything's dying outside. Alright, what was I doing again? I was going to grab... Oh, look at all this iron. See, look. I am like rolling in iron, guys. So that's another 64 iron. I'm going to throw this iron into the furnace. And basically what I'm going to do is start working on Trado mats. And at some point I think I may even start a electronic company here where I can start selling EU through Lapatron crystals and energy crystals so people can go ahead and buy that stuff as well. Maybe even start selling some MFEs for people to use. And I kind of see the one thing about industrial coins or industrial credits is that they stack at 64, which is why we introduced the coin purse, or the idea for the coin purse. And so we can't really make them similar to equivalent exchange, which is where the bucket credits probably would be better. So it's one of the two things we're going to decide. But if you guys want to help out with that at all, with suggestions as to what things should be worth, we're going to be excluding anything that's worth 1 EMC, anything that's, you know, silly like not moss stones, but basically anything that's in this chest, like basalt, sand, marble, gravel, cobble, dirt, anything like that, like glass bottles, anything that's like really low in EMC quality we'll generally not leave in. Or anything that's really low will sell for probably like one coin. We just want to figure out though what would be a good currency rating for certain things, like what should iron ingots be worth. We won't be selling ores, but the iron ingots themselves we'll be selling, obviously. So yeah, be interesting. Like what should we sell these for? What should we sell diamonds for? Gold for? Nuggets for? Nicolite, ruby, sapphire, all this stuff. So let me know in the comments below. I'm sure you guys have some really good ideas for what we should set the currency rating for industrial coins. And just keep in mind that industrial coins only stack up to 64. So that is something to obviously keep in mind. So other than that, I don't think there's too much to really explain in this episode. Like I said, this is going to be one of those shorter episodes, an introduction video. And then when I figure out what I want to show you guys, or what I want to get working on, other than the marketplace, I will go ahead and do that. But this is my place on the server, and I'm Akabane 101, signing off.